I'm behind on my mortgage. Can bankruptcy help? Find out today on Bankruptcy Basics. Hi, everyone. My name is Patrick Best. I'm a bankruptcy attorney here at Arm Lawyers, also the author of the Essential Bankruptcy Survival Guide. So if you're interested in getting a free copy of that book, please check out the description below. I'm going to include a link down there. Today, we are discussing whether bankruptcy can help if you are behind on your mortgage. So this is a question we get all the time. We get people who get behind on their mortgage for one reason or another. Either they had an unexpected expense, a water heater broke, they had to divert funds in order to pay for that. Sometimes it's things that are temporary, like temporary sickness where you're out of work, or temporary unemployment where you might have lost your job. So those things can typically result in you falling behind on your mortgage. After about 3 months or so, you'll notice that the mortgage company is no longer accepting payments. At that point, they'll tell you that we'll take it, but you'll have to catch up in its entirety, which, if you haven't been making your mortgage payments thus far, may be difficult for you to do. So at that point, a lot of people don't know what to do. You can't pay the 3 months or more that they've missed, and the bank won't accept their payments. Sometimes this spirals. Sometimes they start to miss their 4th month or 5th month, or sometimes they call us. What can I do? I'm behind on my mortgage. So the good news for you is that bankruptcy can help you. So a Chapter 13 bankruptcy actually allows us to repay your mortgage over a period of time. The good news with that is it's not really up to the bank. So people get concerned, oh, well, they wouldn't take my payments. Why is the bankruptcy going to be different? And the answer is because the Chapter 13 forces them to take your payments again. So it acts as if your mortgage is now current. From the time we file the bankruptcy petition, your mortgage is treated as if it were current. You'll start to resume your payments on the 1st of every month, just as if you were never late. To the amount that you owe, the amount you owed prior to filing the bankruptcy petition, we're going to repay that through a Chapter 13 bankruptcy plan. The other important part about this is that the bankruptcy actually stops any foreclosure action in its tracks. Even if you are on the night before your sheriff's sale, it is possible to file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy petition, stop the sale, and then enter into a Chapter 13 plan to repay your mortgage arrears. It's not ideal to wait until the last minute, but we do have people who do that, and you do get that bankruptcy protection all the way up until the time your house is sold. It's a big advantage of the entire process. And if they haven't filed a foreclosure action yet, they can't, not while you're under the protection of the bankruptcy. Other good news, you get all of the other advantages of a Chapter 13. So if you have a car loan, for example, there's a potential that we can reduce the interest rate on your car loan. There's a potential that we can reduce the principal balance on your car loan. If you are behind on other bills, or you have credit card debt or personal loans, we can lump all of that in, either to repay in part, to repay in full, or to not repay at all. So there's a lot of really powerful advantages with the Chapter 13, and you're going to get all of those advantages even if the only reason you're filing is because you were late on your mortgage. The other thing we can do in a Chapter 13 is pursue a mortgage modification. So in most of the districts in which we typically file bankruptcies, the court has adopted very specific procedures for modifying mortgages, which is helpful. If you've tried to modify a mortgage in the past, you probably know that the mortgage company is not very helpful. Typically, you would get a packet from them, you would complete it, send it in, and they would pretend they never got it, or they would tell you it was missing pages, or they would ask you to update things. Give me a new pay stub. And then by the time you get them the new pay stub, they tell you the bank statements are out of date. So you get them the new bank statement, and then they tell you the pay stubs are out of date again, and so on and so forth, until you realize you're a year into the process and nothing has happened. The good news with many of these court supervised modification programs is that we can track everything. So speaking just as an example, the Middle District of Pennsylvania has a program in which we get to use a web portal, which logs all communication we have with the mortgage company. It tracks all submissions, so pay stubs, tax returns, anything that we would submit to the mortgage company is documented, so the mortgage company can't tell me that they never got it. I have proof of everything. That really helps a lot of my clients who are pursuing a mortgage modification because it's monitored. So you get a lot of the benefits of the modification process under the protection of a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, all while helping you to retain your home. So a lot of people are concerned that in bankruptcy you might lose your home. Typically, almost always, that's not true. We're going to do a separate video on that topic alone because I get that question all the time. In a Chapter 13, that's never going to happen. So the Chapter 13 trustee is not going to sell your house. You're going to use the Chapter 13 bankruptcy as an opportunity to repay your mortgage to get everything back on track. The Chapter 13 is so powerful. It really does allow you to regain control of your life and fix any problems you may have had with regard to missed mortgage payments. If you would prefer to potentially sell your house, that's an option as well. So you can do a sale plan in a Chapter 13. You can tell the court that you can't pay your mortgage, but you are going to try to sell your house to pay the mortgage. That is all available for you as well. So you do really have a lot of flexibility in dealing with missed mortgage payments in a Chapter 13. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm always looking to answer questions through video so we can help more people. Or you can contact us directly. Again, the information will be down below. We'll see you next time.